Hello, dear beloved. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, my name is New. How you do? If you're returning, tap in, everybody. This is your weekly general read. We do this every Monday. We check who's watching, who's involved, current energies and situations. Then we clarify what's calling for more attention, and we use the tarot to tie the messages together with food for thought and pull last card advice, everyone. Ding! Okay, period. I hope everyone's well. Before we get started with our pre-vibe check, I want to tap in with you all. Let me know down in the comments what your win of the day is, dear beloved. This is an opportunity where we get creative in the way that we celebrate ourselves, okay? We put the all wins, the small wins. No win is too small, okay? No win is too tall, okay? The more creative, the funner, okay? My win of the day, I like to call it WOD or WODY for short. My WODY is the fact that it's the fact that I plan in advance. So even when things don't go or execute as intended, I still am on track. Why? Because I remember the plan. I'm the one man with the plan in hand. How about you, beloved? What is your win of the day? Starting with a Monday, huh? Okay, I have 5 dice on my hand. I have 7, 2, 20, 15, 8, 10, and 6s. I feel that there is something closely related to the deepening of a connection or a long-term goal related to somebody's destiny, something that you're destined for, dear beloved, that you're trying to go around or avoid or delay or circumvent at this time, okay? But what's for you will never leave you, okay, period. Let's see who's watching. Dear beloved, I hope we're in this space together with crystal clear discernment. Why? So you take the messages that resonate, leave the ones that don't, and move forward with more clarity, okay? I have helium. Number 2, HE. That's kind of funny for helium, right? This card is like somebody skydiving right now towards the gold center. This is like the center of gravity, how I'm seeing it. I almost never get this damn card. Almost never ever in all my years. Okay? So I'm going to take some time with you today, beloved. I hope that this message is well. We did talk about that avoidance, but there just could be like maybe a blessing that you're second guessing, an inverted surprise that's turning sour, something that was sweet turning sour, something that was supposed to restore you is bringing stress and confusion. Now we have francium coming out, number 87. You see that person's like hidden, and we just got this smoke, this incense, okay? So there could be this projection or like a strong assumption, okay, that is turning a sweet situation potentially sour, all right? I have I in July. Oh my gosh, those rhyme, y'all. At the bottom of my oracle, of my tea leaves. This eye is so beautiful. Look at it. It's one of my favorite eyes I've ever seen. Okay, period. I have dolphins and 2 of cups as well. Okay, so there may be some sort of joy, victory, or achievement, a skill, a gift, a talent of yours that you refuse to look at, see, deal with the table. Is like math, okay, fitting things in. I also got blueprint energy. I feel like a lot of the messages lately have been about closing a chapter, leaving behind situations that did not deserve a space in your world. So with this table and the rearranging, it feels like there's a natural progression happening right now, beloved. My dear beloved, it feels like you have been shedding layers of old situations, whether it be jobs, relationships, levels of consciousness, health consciousness, narratives about health and wealth and faith and all that type of shit. You shedding the old, and what's coming next is a part of your identity or an aspect of ego or self. One of the narratives that your roundtable talk within that is calling to be shed. It's like it no longer fits with the rest of the programming, okay? Oh, so this week I have the Darmstadium. Oh, that's not Darmstadium. That's Rutherfordium. With the butterfly, which is typically about transformation on your back, okay? So we get a lot of energies about travel. You guys could be on the road a lot. You could be movers. You could be moving. You could do a lot of movement. There could be a lot of exercise, especially. I've been picking up sports. So people could be like actually playing games with each other at this time in social settings. And more friendship things coming alive, but I feel like there's something underneath friendship and play with this destiny, something you're destined towards approaching and receiving soon here, okay, beloved? And I only say soon because we're still in this Mercury retrograde. I mean, it just started. So things are up in the air. This is the energy of being up in the air, okay? And somebody or a situation, you have a choice to kind of get aligned with a group or a society or some terms of a contract. Indeed, that they give you some sort of access with the Dolphins and the Two of Cups. Okay, let's go ahead and use some tarot. Tea leaf oracles to clarify your energy. Wow. Let's start here. Key. Successful outcomes to your problems. It feels like you are going to be thinking about a few specific things. I keep going back to the blueprint. The blueprint is like a letter. It's like there is an intent about how to proceed in a relationship. There is an intent for a communication plan that's being installed, I heard, or settled. So there's could be a lot of business and careers and transactions, networking kind of what do you call this in the scouting, okay? Arrow. You're on the right path regarding some aspects. And then the axe. Wow, that axe is really strong looking. I don't know about you. Forces working against ya. You may be being tested. What you see with your eyes, number 77, iridium, may not be quite aligned with the full truth. There is a hill, have eyes, right? There is a fact, dear beloved, that you are avoiding facing. And it is the simple avoidance of the fact that is creating difficulty, because I feel like this fact is a fact of love, like a fact of life on top of some empowers. On some power. Damn. Do not back down from opposition, a bull. Look, show strength and fortitude. Wow, I need a little bit more. Dear beloved, it seems that you're needing, for your own sake, you're needing now to embody a respectable, reputable orientation. I need you, beloved, to be solutions oriented in the days, in the season that lies now. Okay? Solution oriented, because there are so many options, potentials up in the air. And it's time for you to take a lead that shifts a movement. Okay? Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Okay, wind chimes, peace and harmony. Dear beloved, there may be situations of the past, burdens, or even emotional triggers and stress that you try to overlook and bury on a day to day and stay focused and goal oriented. There's something about your plans soon that are changing about how you bring peace and harmony into your life. Okay, with all this dolphins energy, there's some sort of plan that you have for self or for something else that actually is the blueprint for resolving tensions. There's some sort of trait or fact that creates tension in relationships and tasks, getting from point A to point B. Sunrise in the table. Hard work ahead. New creative ideas. Okay, beloved. My bad, y'all. Dear beloved, you can expect to look forward to facing challenges in your environment and even in the way that you face yourself in the mirror, because there's a part of your narrative inside that has a talk, a plan that's actually louder than the direction life is naturally ushering you into now. Okay, so something about the way that you access peace and harmony, you a plan for self is going to evolve to involve more people and more sharing in on that plan, and the journey becomes lighter. Dear beloved, it seems now we're in a predicament where the very thing that you're avoiding is an illusion. It's actually the enlightenment, the fact that it's time to face. For peace and harmony's sake, okay? And that could be different for everybody. Beware of great pride, a peacock, dear. With the table, okay, there's something about a reputation. I feel like there may be a conflict between what you say, what you do, and the actual messaging that you're trying to spread or represent, embody, okay? Flag, don't be tempted to lower your standards. Dear beloved, there's something that's growing in the way that you represent yourself in your community, in social settings, okay, even in your home and in creative endeavors and projects, okay? You may be learning to present yourself in a way that is more overtly expressive, or maybe more muted if you're a loud and proud kind of person naturally, okay? And then a nest. Yeah, dear beloved, I feel like you have just, you know what I'm envisioning? I'm envisioning you juggling in this season, in this era, okay? And what you're doing is just building muscle, building endurance, agility. You putting them hours in. This is Eight of Pentacles, and then a star is coming, okay? Guaranteed success. After all of this, all this hard work is building the strength in you. It's preparing you to step into more of a leadership authority in some sort of relationship or table. Okay, so offer in the future. Inner work and ordinary everyday environmental triggers and situations, 1111 twin flame, are actually aligning you to sit at a table, arrive at an event, in a situation, relationship, opportunity where you're the one who brings the whole, you got the damn plan. You don't plan for something that you never expected to happen. And now the unexpected is coming in, you the one with the damn answers. And so, wow, look, round table, cooperation, more than once coming out. So now it's like, damn, you've been marked as a leader. You got to kind of roar with it, right? So now you're like moving forward, moving along. A movement is forming. There's some sort of revolution, okay, with a beauty, an attitude, the ego, a presentation, a creative project or expression, okay, or just the expression of your spirituality. Definitely, like, there is, you got some sort of fight, some sort of edge that's in everything, and this strength is about to crown you with some sort of authority. So we may not be talking like typical king or queen. We might be talking general or lieutenant now, okay? And there's definitely something about conflict resolution that you are involved in the center of movement where there's stuckness, okay? I love that. Child, innocent energy, carefree, tender. Clarify this helium, your energy to begin with. And let's just say that you're just totally fucking isolated from tables, energies, events, opportunities, peoples. This is all of the aspects of self, you know, the part of yourself that's a geek, the part of yourself that loves to eat, you know, in the bed, late night snacks, the part of yourself that's like scared of heights, you know, the part of yourself that relates with Prince and Michael Jackson, you know, like the aspects that cannot just be named something else. They need their own expression because they don't fit with the other things. There's just a lot with self. And once again, like I said earlier, weeding out a part of you that does not belong. We talk about table and the belonging, okay? It's about there's some sort of whole ass option, grass greener type of situation. And beloved wants you to stay where you belong. Beloved says you're guaranteed to succeed all along. Glass heart is what came out for you. Vulnerability in a detour. There's definitely, dear beloved, forgiveness too. Dear beloved, there definitely may be a sense of loss or detachment or being left out or left to fend for yourself, okay? This is actually building a level of resilience and creativity in you that's actually going to come loop back around and serve as the foundation for oriented solutions for a group, an event, a table, a setting that's established, okay? And then that's going to establish you as a, you know, respectable, authoritative, reputable figure. And now it's like you're just welcomed into the society or group, community or something, and people keep looking to you. So now you're tending to others off of just, you know, intentions for self, you know, good, genuine, honest intentions. The beloved wants you to know no matter what you're going through, your heart and your strength is the success here. So don't let your eyes fool you about what's real. Distractions, okay? You may be called into more meditation, more prayer, more time in nature, more time in quiet or with healing sounds so that you can get out of this inner table talk, okay? Teacup, containing your emotions, okay? There feels like there's not enough room for your emotional your whole emotional body. Your emotional body feels constricted into stiffness and positions. Like picture fucking Alex on Madagascar when he was in that crate on the way to Africa, bro. This is what your emotional body feels like. So regardless of you, yeah, we just go through life, we're handling business. At the same time though, your emotional body needs a chance to fully express itself. Emotions need creation, opportunity, time and attention. And it feels like you are needing, deserving, yearning for more attention and emotional intimacy, okay? My nose is itching like crazy, bro. Okay. Mice. Stork, seed 23, 21. I have 12 and 28. You the one. That's what I just seen. The 3 words. That's dope as fuck. And a megaphone. I feel, beloved, that there's going to be a situation where you're called to tell a story, share a story or a message, all right? And it becomes a special or a featured conversation topic. It stands out and it spreads you as a messenger, as a leader, as an authority, okay? So you're being called to look to solutions that have worked for you in the past and share them in situations around you now, okay? Because it's like you have an answer for a bunch of people and they won't be able to access it without you, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify with tarot, dear. What do you need to know now? What is healthy? Where's the line with all this conflict and debate kind of energy with you now? 8 of Pentacles, your strength, your 3 of Wands. Okay, dear beloved. Your strategy for success with all of these tasks and business and changes and moving and traveling is for you to remain patient and remember your plans. And so the process is going to unfold how it's going to unfold, but you have to know that these situations will mature over time to, their truest factual form, okay? Facts of life, bro, shit becomes real before it becomes visible, okay? And beloved is calling you to not be led with your eyes and instead go back to the drawing board. Remember the original plan. This is a message about plan A, baby. Fuck all that plan B ass shit going on with you today, right now, whenever you get this message, okay? Stick with the original plan. You're really, 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 really being encouraged. No matter, this is not about a stubbornness to force some kind of outcome or unfoldment on a daily or in a particular event. This is about returning to where you belong after the day is done, okay? That means you could go through your emotions. You could step out of your territory and go explore foreign, you feel me, whatever, get lost in the sauce, all that. But do return to plan A, bro. All this other shit is just experience building you that you taking what you want plan A. All right. 5 of Cups. I heard lustful. There's almost some sort of inside a voice, a narrative that makes you, there's a scarcity, there's a thirst, okay? Like, Hmm. Okay. This is kind of cute. I have the sun at the bottom, okay? And the Four of Cups, which is about dissatisfaction emotionally, okay? Um, how can I explain this? Dear beloved, I'm sorry. I need more clarity. The Lovers, which is about choices, and the Leader in the bigger picture situation. Chariot. My nose cannot itch any harder. Dear beloved is acknowledging that there is a lot being thrown in your direction now, okay? But, and then I have fair woman with the Star and the Chariot. Both of these energies are about guaranteed success lying ahead. In fact, you're already successful. You're already in the thick of it, but it's going to continue to form fully and show you the whole truth of how successful and on track you are. Anyway, the point is, despite all that's being thrown to you, you only need to remember one thing now, which is come back to plan A at the end of the day when all the distractions, interactions, experiences, situations are said and done, because there's so much up in the air right now. And you don't need to be extra all involved, okay? Stick to the script, stay where you belong, beloved. Let's get last card advice type shit. Last card advice, dear beloved, for the collective. Look, there's something beloved wants to nudge at for spiritual empowerment rather than an egoic based temporary hearsay, he say, she say. It's the fact that you can be a leader who doesn't back down from fights. You may be all up in the mix. You may be imperfect. You may get your nails dirty. You may break nails, you know. The fact is, your authority, your power is this sun. You're a hard worker and you're a leader. So getting your nails dirty, getting in the mud, being face to face with conflict type shit, it doesn't say less about you. It says more when you can step out of your zone and return to your square. Remember your plan, beloved, and don't let the distractions, stick around and linger longer than they deserve, okay? I hope that this message has appealed to the real in you, dear. I'll see you soon. If you are a general read lover, check out my description box for a playlist to all of my generals, okay? Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.